Hey, Cliff. Colin, Cliff, Colin, Cliff, Colin. Why? Thanks for the... Look, JR's racing with a controller.
You're welcome, John. Oh, my bad, B-Roy. Don't worry about it, dude. Oh, God, ow, ow. That's trash. It's on.
Welcome, everybody, to Richmond, Virginia for Week 2 of the 712 Breaks Cup Series here in Coast to Coast Racing Leagues and Sidewinder Racing Leagues. It's going to be a fun night here in Richmond. Looks like we have 42 total cars that will be entering this event as of right now. We still got about 5 minutes left for these guys to get in, so could have another couple of entries here, but qualifying will commence in just under 2 minutes. Excited for that. Right now we're finishing up practice. Right now top of the board is Bradley Wilson, our winner from last week at Daytona, looking to go back to back. It's been a while since anybody but the number 16 has gone back to back in the Cup Series. It'll be interesting to see if Bradley can do that again tonight. It looks like he's got the speed. Just gotta have the luck on his side as it's a short track, and historically short tracks have not been kind to the favorite going into these races. You can see Nathan Harper pounds it on the inside wall, and so do a couple of other guys. Oh man, carnage on the backstretch. Hopefully this week we don't have any blinking issues, although with 42 cars, it's possible we do again.
My fault.
If it does end up happening, we might have to take a break and come back, but fingers crossed that we're all good for this week. Upgrades coming to our systems here at our center here in I don't know. Springfield. Alright, practice wrapping up. We'll get on to qualifying. So it looks like, yeah, it's going to be 43 cars, as we have a late entry from the 47 of Dalton Hayes. He's going to get in here just in time. It should be a full 43 car field, and as long as it stays at 43, nobody's going home. But 43 cars on a short track is going to be something else. Not going to want to miss it tonight. All right, qualifying going to get underway. Whoever rolls out first, that's who we're going to see. I think I saw Quinn Newton come out of pit road first. Our starting grid on the left, that'll update as people put their lap times in. We'll take a look at our top 20 there. Quinn Newton going to start his first lap. The sponsor of the series right there, 712 Brakes. Make sure to check them out. Links in the description to their platforms. If you love football and NASCAR card brakes, make sure to check out 712 Brakes on Whatnot. Wins first lap of 22.82. Ian Montrose goes to the pole. Quickly, Alec R. Kane in the 07 goes to the top of the board. He was one of the drivers that unfortunately missed the show at Daytona last week. He made it in at first, but was bumped out by another charter driver. Heartbreaking way to go home. Nathan Harper jumps to the top of the board. He's got one more lap left. Jump over to our cycling ticker. Make sure we get everybody in there. Harper not quicker on that lap. See who else we got out there. Qualifying, Bradley Wilson, fastest in practice. We'll see what he can do in qualifying. Looks like 25 cars have put in a lap at least so far. Bradley Wilson across the line on his second lap. Goes to the top of the board by a significant amount, almost a tenth faster than Nathan Harper. What a lap there from Bradley. See what else we got out there. Blake Giglio rolling out for his first lap. Right on board. See what Blake's seeing. Roll that top. Get a good run for that first lap. Blake's first lap goes to second on the board, 22.42. Oh, he gets loose! And that's going to kill lap number 2, so Blake qualifies second. I don't know if he had enough time in it on that second lap. But he just tried to give it all he could once he knew he had a good lap time in. Book Mullins finishing up his second lap right here. Weird seeing him in the 82. Across the line, 22.81 for Cliff, jumps to 27th. Looks like our final car to get a lap time in. Well, might have a few more here in a second, but DG Swiss finishing up lap 2 across the line here in a moment. And Swiss, 23.06. Scott Elston will look to be our final driver to put a lap time in. And like I said, looks like 43 cars out here tonight, so nobody's going home. That's a great thing. Full field, but nobody goes home. You couldn't ask for anything better. Everybody's happy for now until we get in the race and we can't get away from the cautions, but let's hope that doesn't happen. Got Elston on lap number 2. We'll see if he can climb up that running order at all. Across the line, 22.99. He'll jump up a little bit. Should go up to 38th. And that concludes qualifying. He got that lap in the nick of time. Here we go. We'll go over our starting grid for tonight's race at Richmond. I've been waiting for this all week. Gonna be great. Forgot to bring up race control software, so I'll get that up quick before we start. All right. All right, on the pole for tonight's race, We have... Oh. Sorry about that. Okay, Bradley G. Wilson on the pole for tonight's race. Won the race last week. Now he backs it up with pole position. Impressive. Blake Giglio going to start on his outside in second. Then Nathan Harper in third. Ronnie Holmes in fourth. Michael Edwards in fifth. Brian Martin in sixth. Cody Cleaver in seventh. Brantley Bryant in eighth. Trevor Trago in ninth. Brianna Lavin in 10th. Alec Kane in 11th. Garrett Wolfenbarger in 12th, but he will be receiving an EOL on the start for a lane change at the last week's race, so be on the lookout for that. He's going to be coming from the back. Jeremy B. Brown in 13th. Casey Graves 14th. Cooper Hightower 15th. Patrick O'Keefe 16th. Ian Montrose in 17th. Trenton Sneed in 18th. Nick Leo in 19th. Kenny Frisbee starting 20th. Move on to the rest of our grid. Make sure we see that. All right, Zachary Martison 21st. Dave Hoytsma 22nd. Thomas Dilg 23rd. Let's see, I think we're going to be... Nope, not yet. All right, where are we on? Thomas Dilg. John Neckridge 24th. Carson Bechtel 25th. Brian Jackson 26th. Cliff Mullins 27th. Quinn Newton in 28th. Daniel Wellen 29th. Cody Brown 30th. Garrett Boyd 31st. Garrett Warren 32nd. That's the two Garretts on the same row. That's pretty funny. Jesse Jones in 33rd. Davis Greenwell 34th.
Dalton, I think you've got the
Ryan Johnson 35th. Dalton Hayes 36th. Andrew
there.
Beach 37th. Scott Elston 38th. Jake Vianoski 39th. DG Swiss 40th. JR Deal 41st. Cody Linscott 42nd. And Corey Wenzel running out our 43 car field.
I mean,
That's a wall.
Womp womp.
L. Poor guy.
Okay.
Shouldn't have done what he did.
I hope you wreck in this race.
I left driver chat up on accident again. That was from the IndyCar race on Friday, if anybody missed that. That was interesting at Long Beach. Got one more lap here, and then we will be going green. Like I said, 43 cars starting tonight, so nobody's going home. I think the 08 is starting from, or the 03, I'm sorry, is starting from the pits, or not starting. So you might have 42 cars. Make sure everybody's caught up in the back before we go green. Looks like everybody is. All right, all 42 cars ready to take the green flag here at Richmond. Here we go. Barney with the green. Through the restart zone, green flag in the air. We're racing. And the caution is out already. Looks like the 9 of Margison goes around in the background. Zachary Margison, a single car spin goes around. Take a look at what happened there. Here we go. Get off of turn 2. Car just gets loose. Everybody avoids him, and everything's okay. Back it up one more time. I think, see if I can find who that was. Looks like the 53 of Thomas Dilg. We'll see what he saw riding in behind the 9. Oh, a tap to the 9 from the 53. There was more to the story. So that is what happened. A little tappy-tapperoo from the 53 to the 9 car sends them around. And that's what brings out our first caution of the night. Okay, gonna be going back green this time. I don't think anybody went down pit road. Even the car that spun stayed out. Marston in the 9. A restart in 41st. These two will lead us back to the green. Same front row we had on the restart, the initial start. Did have lane choice this time, but Bradley elects to take the bottom. Green flag back in the air. And Bradley Wilson will lead our first completed green flag lap. More battling going on. The top 10. Brian Martin trying to get around. Oh man, these guys are real out of shape off of turn 2. Oh, somebody's going around in the back. I don't know who that was. I think that was the 72. Caution's out again. 72 car goes around. And that's not looking good for tonight's raceability off the bat. Let's see what happened. Not far enough back. All right, here we go. From the blimp can to 72. Just gets a bump from the 32 of Wolfenbarger. On board. The 32, see right here. Just a little bump. The 72 didn't get as much of a run as I think the 32 expected. And it's going to send him around. Okie dokie, 2 cautions so far. 1 full green flag lap, I think. Maybe 2. Not sure how far ahead the leaders were when they wrecked. Bradley, I'm not sure. We review it at the end of the race, so I wouldn't worry about it right now. It's really only a big deal at the plate tracks with the drafting and such. A lot more leeway, especially at the short tracks where you kind of have to get up a lane. If you start on the bottom, it's really not something that's looked at too much. For the front, at least, if you go up and cut somebody off in 20th, that's going to be a much different situation. Oh my, like Giglio gets in Wilson's quarter panel. Okay, back to the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Wilson steps on it, gets a good restart. Go up to the top lane, entering turn 1, and they are checking up quite a bit. There's not a real good camera angle for this. I mean, there's just so many cars. Not going to get everybody in frame. Looks like the 72 heading down pit road. Four laps down. I don't know if the 72 took the quick repair. Interesting. Bradley Wilson still out front. Battling going on from 5th on back. Now we're on the 7th. Looks like Trego and Lavin, I think. Yep, the 37 and the 10 right there. Going at it. Oh, Nathan Harper. Sideways on the backstretch. Now they're 3 wide, entering 3 and 4. 50 all the way up to the outside wall. Still 3 wide off turn 4. When he checks up. And he'll make it through it. That's 42 cars make their way. Oh no, Lavin wrecking on the backstretch. That's going to be a big one. Wow, everybody avoids it. Masterful job from the entire field. And I was muted the whole time. I apologize, everybody. I'm just gonna... Yeah, it was probably a good decision, William. 135 laps. When I decided on that lap count, I did not expect 42 cars to come out for it. Hindsight, probably would have set it at under 100. But here we are. It's going to be a longer race tonight, but still, only 135 laps, even under yellow. Shouldn't take too long. Should be, nope, 2 to green still. Okay, 1 to green. Bradley will take the inside again. So we have yet to see the new lane choice rule come out, but the bottom's been working for him. No sense in changing it. Alright, so the 2 4s will line up in the second row. Bradley Wilson will take us back to the green once again.
Ready, green, 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 green.
Green flag back in the air. See how long we can go this time. View from our blimp camera, and there's 30 cars going around the track because that's all that's going to be scored or shown up on the broadcast right now, unfortunately. But trust me, there are 42 cars making laps right now. 41 on the lead lap still. Bradley Wilson leads those lead lap cars. Ronnie Holmes trying to go to the inside of Brian Martin. 3 wide here, around 14th. Almost 4. Don't do it, guys. Good job, we didn't do it. Nick Leo trying to hold on for dear life on that top lane. Patrick O'Keefe, our Watkins Glen winner from last season, making his way inside the top 10. Trying to, at least. Got inside the top 15 with that move. Caution's out. We got a wreck in the back. Cody Brown, it looks like. 17 of Cody Brown. Andrew Beach with a torn up right front. What happened here? Alright, these two are side by side. What's going to happen? Cody gets the wall a little bit off the corner, steers the wheel left to avoid hitting the wall more, and gets into the quarter panel of the 71. We'll back it up one more time, see if I can grab. Oh, that's going to be too much work. All right, imagine I have a telestrator, and I'm going to show you what's happening right here. So you see the 17 gets a little tight, has to pull the wheel left to avoid hitting the wall, and as he's doing that, the car goes too far left into the quarter panel of the 71 and ends up hooking Andrew Beach into the wall. And we played a little farther. It looks like the 10 may have got into the 71 a little bit. But other than that, again, a clean caution, really. Only 1 or 2 cars involved. I mean, we're getting a lot of cautions, but not a lot of torn up race cars. So I guess a silver lining, I guess. Well, let's see if we can find somebody to interview into this caution. Well, we're going to take one to green next time, so we better not. We'll save that for the next caution, 2 laps. You got a Holmes fan in chat. Buddy Holmes doing a good job. 1 spot outside that top 5 right now. That is no small feat in a field of over 40 cars. Let me tell you what. I've not had the privilege of racing in a 40-car field very often, and even finishing in the top 15 is you feel very accomplished, for sure. Up here leading it, that's a whole nother story. You feel like you're on top of the world. Bradley Wilson going to take us back to the green flag. We'll be 100 to go here soon. We're slowly ticking these laps away. We've been racing for almost 20 minutes at this point. Here we go, Bradley Wilson. Green flag back in the air. Brian Martin trying to get around Nathan Harper to the inside. Trying to break up that row 2 of 4s. Just about 3 wide right there. Oh no, the 59, Carson Bechtel goes around to the backstretch. So does the 32. That's going to collect a lot of cars. Okay, let's back it up and look at that one. That started around where the 59 was. I don't know if he started it specifically, but it started around the 59. Let's see. Off turn 2, car gets sideways, overcorrects outside wall. 32 gets tagged, 97, 55, 10, 9. And everybody else checks up for it. 23 gets a piece too. 23 got a big piece. Daniel Llewellyn, heavy front end damage on that 23. Looks like some cars coming on pit road right here. All right, let's get a word with somebody under this caution. Hey, Bradley Wilson, it's Lucas in the booth. Got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey man, well, it's been an absolute wreckfest so far, but I'm sure you're kind of happy about it because there's really no opportunity to pass you. If this does go green, what are you thinking on fuel and just maintaining that lead?
I'm just going to try to stay out here as long as possible until the car becomes undrivable, but don't really see that happening here that quick if we keep getting yellows. But hoping we get a green flag run. I really want to race Blake really hard up here and just have some fun.
Absolutely, man. It looks like it's fun for those first few laps, but just keep wrecking for 30th. You think it's going to change, or we're just going to keep going with this?
We might run out of cars, hopefully, soon back there.
Yeah,
if we can get the field down to 20, I think we'll be all right.
All right. Well, I guess hopefully we get there. I don't know. Good luck, man.
I think.
Yeah, that was Brad Wilson. saying if we get down to 20 cars, we can go green. We're well on our way there. As I look across these incident points, and we have several cars who are kind of close to at least getting a drive-through penalty. 17 X's will give you a drive-through, 25 X's you're disqualified. And I can tell you a good amount, probably 3 or 4 people are at 12 already. So it's not where you want to be a third of the way through this thing. Less than a third. Okay, back to 1 to green. Let's try it again. I don't even know what caution we're on at this point. We've had 110 total incidents so far. That might be incorrect. Don't take that number is incorrect. Okay, anyway. Bradley Wilson leads us back to the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. You've heard me say that like 5 times tonight. Giglio with a big block. They're 3 wide. Michael Edwards shoots the middle. Nathan Harper loses and all that. He'll fall back to 5th for now. Can't even see those cars when they come in frame. They are out there. Oh man, they are squirrely off too. Man, these guys are having a ton of trouble with that tonight. It's a night race. It shouldn't be that hard to drive it. We're being honest. The setup's pretty planted to the track. I mean, it's tough to really get it loose. You really got to try. You really got to mat the gas if you want this thing to step out. We're seeing them step on that gas pretty hard already. As we see the 48 gets loose, overcorrects up the track. Somebody got major damage, and he does go around on the backstretch. The caution doesn't come out, as that's 1 car on the racing surface. Somebody got major damage in that. I don't know what car that was. Looks like, oh man, it looks like the 09 to JR Deal. His return to SRL, that's a terrible way to start the night. Sorry, JR. So he's got heavy left front damage. It shouldn't be too bad if it's just aero. We are in a short track. But if it's suspension damage, he's going to be hurting for a while. Back up toward the front, top 5. Looks like all single filed out. Giglio has fallen back quite a bit. He's back in 10th now. I'm not sure what happened to Blake. Somebody else on the wall right there, 55. No, the 92, I'm sorry. Getting the triple J cars mixed up. 42 gets the outside wall. Saves it, luckily. A lot of cars getting the outside wall right there. I think this is our longest green flag run of the night, not to jinx it. Bradley Wilson starting to drive away, putting the gap on Michael Edwards. Side by side, Ronnie Holmes, Brantley Bryant. Holmes loses that position. Now he's side by side with Trevor Schrago. Caution is out. The 11 of Kenny Frisbee. What happened here? Backed it up too far again. Okay, here we go. 11 comes off 2. Just kind of, I guess, squeezes the 42 up a little bit. 42 may have been lower than expected. And that collects a ton of cars. We'll look from the turn 3 camera if we can here. They're going to wreck off 2 right there. 88, 42, 32, 82, 66. Everybody else looks like gets through it. That puts us under caution for the 6th or 7th time tonight. I'm not sure. It's not a good number either way. Another Holmes fan in chat. Finds himself in 6th again, so didn't lose too many spots there. Hey Ronnie, it's Lucas in the booth. I heard you first. What's going on, man?
You know, it's going all right. They can't keep it straight for more than 7 laps. There's not really a big tire difference right now. I'm feeling great. I want to shout out my mom. She may or may not be watching, but you know, I'm chill where I'm at. P6.
You got 2 fans in chat, the most anybody else. So you're in the lead for that.
Yeah, let's go.
You think we're gonna go green anytime soon? That was our longest run of the night, so we're making progress.
I think the longest one we have tonight's like 15 laps, and I think it'll be this next run. But
okay,
that's it.
I'm looking forward to it. You think you can make up any more spots?
If I can figure out my restarts, yeah. I've been pretty bad at those tonight, so.
I got you, man. Well, good luck tonight. See if you can make up any more.
All right, see ya.
Ronnie in the 57, saying he thinks our next run is going to be our longest at 15. So we'll see how that works out. I was feeling a long run coming on too, but with that big old wreck we just had, some people are going to be a little low on patience. Okay, green flag. Back in the hands of Barney.
Green flag.
Same old deal. It's waving. Mike Lever's under fire, the 7 and the 54. Oh man, caution's out. Margison, Johnson. Get a quick replay here. 11 gets into the 9. That's gonna catch. I couldn't catch what car that was. I think that was the 85. Yeah, the 85 of Scott Elston gets a piece. Just an innocent bystander. Back it up here. You're gonna have front row seat to this. 9 just gets cleaned out, and so does the 85. A twofer right there for the 11. That will put us under our bajillionth caution in 52 laps. This is the weirdest caution fest I've ever been a part of. I mean, it's like, normally you wreck out a bunch of cars and everybody's mad at each other, but it's really just 2 cars wrecking at a time, and then everybody's just bored because they're running under yellow the whole time. It's really like, it's been an interesting one. Find somebody else to talk to. Where's Blake at? He's inside the top 10, I'll talk to him. Oh, he's inside the top 10, lucky for Blake. Hey Blake, it's Lucas, you got me?
How's it going?
Hey man, well, sitting there in ninth, he fell back a little bit on that one restart. No, I think it was our longest green flag run of the night, but still sitting inside the top 10. What's the rest of the race looking like to you?
We are seeing it, I think. I think it's gonna be Mercy Wrecking, I think. So we'll see what happens. Been on my phone for a while here on the old Twitter, so have some fun with it and see what happens.
Absolutely, man. Well, you think you're gonna get caught in a wreck? I don't know. I don't know
That's
what
a
to
good
ask anymore.
possibility.
I'm running out of things to talk about.
It's
How's
a
your
good
day been?
possibility. It's been okay. I'm pretty tired. But other than that, it's been good.
Well, you could probably take a few power naps under these cautions.
It's kind of what I was thinking, but
All right. Hey, good luck.
thank you.
If we're 1 to green, I'm not going to talk to anybody else, but if we take 2 right here, I'll get a quick word. Looks like 2 to green. All right, who we got? Anything else down here? See what Cliff's got to say. Cliff's always got some fun stuff. Bringing in people I know. Blake was kind of disappointing, but Cliff, it's Lucas in the booth. You got me.
Hello.
Hey, well, you're sitting there in 28th. Got involved in a wreck already tonight. It's going to be an uphill battle, but you know we've been wrecking a lot. So how we're feeling?
Well, I mean, I was doing a pretty good job in dodging everything, and then I got just kind of hooked right there on that last one, and coming in, went ahead and put enough fuel in to make it to the end, so we're not pitting no more, and hopefully just dodge all the wrecks that we can right here. Everything seems to be happening back here behind me, so or either right in front of me. So it's typical short tracks in SRL.
Absolutely.
I don't know
Well,
why Andrew's trying to pass me.
we're not 1 to green. Okay, we're 1 to green now. All right. Well,
Yeah.
you got any closing statements for tonight?
I really wish they'd stop wrecking because I think we got a pretty decent car.
I also wish they would stop wrecking. All right. Good luck, Cliff.
Yep, thank you.
Oh man, I think everybody wishes they would stop wrecking, and I don't think we've really had a wreck inside the top 10 or 15 or 20. I think it's all been past that, which is very unfortunate. I think we might have had that one about 4 cautions ago that happened up to inside the top 15.
Green flag.
Green flag is back in the air. 3 wide, the Tide car on the bottom. Almost 4. Montrose. Oh man, that was a scary move on the bottom. Oh, they're wrecking up ahead. Maybe not, they saved it. Oh, there they go! A save again! Who was that? Davis Greenwald with a crucial save. Saves us from another caution. And there it is, never mind. Caution's out. I don't even know who wrecked. Might have been the 9? I don't see a wreck. The 23? Is the caution out at this point? Oh, there it is, the 48. Them never even told me that happened. Alright, let's see what happened here with the 48 and the 32. 48 gets loose off 2. Same story as before, gets up into the 32. I think that's the guy you wrecked the last time. Oh, and clipped the 9 as he went by. Zach did a great job saving it. No damage on that 9 car. 40, I mean, not much damage really in that one. I think the 32 got the worst of it. .32 on pit road, fixing the damage again. second place finisher last week at Daytona, having some troubles tonight. Not really his fault. He got the EOL for an innocent late change, and well, if I'm being honest, if I had known it was going to really mess him up this much, maybe I would have been more lenient on it. I'm sorry, Garrett. I feel bad, because he really was just unaware of the rule. But it's just how it is. I mean, it was the final restart. It's not something you think about at that point. Okay, closing in on halfway. Should be lap 68. Well, the next caution will hit halfway. We have been racing for 40 minutes. So math says this race will run about an hour and a half. Not the worst in the world, but probably our longest of the season, if I had to guess. Next week we'll be on to Michigan. Should be much better racing, if I had to guess. A lot more room for 40 cars. Richmond is just an unfortunate disaster. You know, we've been racing here in officials for 2 days already, so I would have thought that these guys had some practice running some A fixed, but it doesn't seem to be the case. 1 to green. Caution 8, that sounds about right. Okay, Bradley Wilson leads us back to the green as he has all night so far. Green flag back in the air. Michael Edwards with a bad start. That checks the outside lane up. Nathan Harper going to take advantage of that. Moves up into second. Trevor Trego briefly in third, trying to get around Michael Edwards. Edwards will hold on to that third position. Brantley Bryant trying to get around Trevor Trego. Those two still side by side. Now Edwards looking to the inside of Harper. Good battle here for second. Giglio lurking back there. He's made up a couple spots since the restart. Still side by side for second. Still fighting for fourth. Good racing going on up here inside the top 5. I mean, the whole night, with how little green flag racing we've had, these guys have done a great job racing each other up inside the top 10. I've been impressed with them. Oh man, somebody just went for a ride right there. I think that was the 55 of Jesse Jones. He rejoins the racetrack. Great job by Jesse. The 20 of Davis Greenwell. Sideways, the 47 gets a clip on him. No caution. Everybody checked up for it. Great job by the field avoiding that. Another wrecking up front. Who was that? Looks like the 54 involved in this one as well. Let's back it up and see what happened. Oh, the 01 gets tight entering the corner, slides up into the 54, and coming off the corner, the 69 and 54 get together. 3 wide off 2 at Richmond is never fun. And that is where our 9th caution, I guess, comes from. I think. So yeah, you see the 01 right there. He slides up into the 54. That's what kind of starts this. And as the 54 and the 69 are coming off the corner, it's just 3 wide. 87's kind of squeezing them up there, and 69 kind of runs out of room, and that wrecks a couple more cars. Again, they save it, and we'll... I don't think anybody's going to be out of the race from any of these wrecks, really. Considering we have a fast repair, I mean, if we look at it, 42 cars still on track. Nobody has called it a night yet. That is insane to me with how many cautions we've had that we haven't had one that's knocked somebody out. It's really one of the weirdest wreck fests I've ever seen on this service. Like, I don't even know if a wreck fest is the correct term for it. What is it, like a spin fest? That's all they're doing. They're not wrecking, really. We just passed halfway, by the way, so we are halfway in the race. On track to finish in that hour and a half estimate. If you look at the tower, if we finish under green, we only got 24 minutes left in this thing, so if these guys want to get it done, they can just go green. 25 people still in here watching. Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. I know it's been a horrible show so far, but trust me, it gets better with this league. Daytona was not a bad show last week. If you check any of the last 8 races from Season 7 last season, I think we had a total of 4 cautions in all those races. I mean, there is good racing that goes on in the CTC Cup Series. You just gotta kind of wait about 5 or 6 races into the season for it to happen. I think Michigan can be a good one next week. The week after we'll be at Monza Oval, so that's probably going to be horrible. I wouldn't bet on that being a good one. And then we'll be at Darlington for week 5. That's going to test these drivers' ability to be patient. And then Watkins Glen. And it's hard to get cautions at a road course, so at least we'll have that break. Bring me one, Hayden. Probably should have talked to somebody else on that caution, but I kind of forgot, so I'm sorry, everybody.
One to go.
And oh man, our first drive through the night. Oh, delayed caution. I think the 11 had an issue right there. I think we had a wreck under a caution pretty much. There it is, right there. Big checkup on the backstretch. Just a huge pinball. A lot of cars get damaged in that. And that's the Lazar green.
Green flag.
Green flag back in the air. Oh, Bradley Wilson with a blink. I hope that was his end and not mine, for my sake. I hope that it was just iRacing for his sake. Brantley Bryant up into second. Great move on that restart. Where did Michael Edwards go? Looks like he came down and took fuel and tires on the last stop. Last caution. So he finds himself in 30th. That surprises me quite a bit that he would go back there for fuel. But Michael Edwards gonna come from the back now. Meanwhile, Bradley Wilson pulling away. Nathan Harper back up into second. Gets around Bradley Bryant. Now Blake Giglio trying to get around Trevor Trego. Good battle for the top 10 right here. Oh, caution's out. Big surprise. Looks like the 42 gonna be involved in this one. See what happened here. Got the 42 caught up in this. Oh man, looks like it started a little earlier than that. I think the 04 is where that's going to be started. If we can back it up to that, so we'll find the 04. Garrett Warren right here. See him and the 15 get together on the front stretch. No, him and the 1. I'm sorry. Tripping up over myself here. The 1 and the 04 get together, and that ends up spinning the 42. I collected a few others as well. Gets tagged in the quarter panel. Looks like the 53 gets in it as well. Okay, caution 11 maybe? 10, 11, something like that. We're in the double digits. Okay, let's find somebody to talk to here. How is Ian Montrose in the lead? What happened? Where did everybody go? Okay, so Bradley Wilson comes down pit road along with a lot of the top 10. Bradley, Harper, Bryant, Giglio, Trego, Graves, Holmes, Martin. I mean, pretty much everybody inside the top 10, 15, or 20 came down right there. So Ian Montrose stays out along with a lot of his C2X company. Let's get over with Montrose, see what he's thinking. Hey Ian, it's Lucas in the booth. You got me?
Hey Lucas.
Hey man, well you find yourself in the lead. I think you're the first person to lead another lap other than Bradley Wilson. So how does that feel?
It feels alright. I wish it was under, actual racing circumstances versus everybody else pitting, but I don't really know what happened on that last yellow. I thought he came down on me, but maybe I'm wrong. Could you tell me from the booth what happened?
I think it was a mixture of the both. I can't really pin anything on anybody right there. If anything, it was a late move to the bottom.
Alright, appreciate it, Lucas. Thank you anyway. But yeah, we'll see what we can do here. I don't know if I'll stay up here, but we'll see what happens.
Gotcha, man. Good luck. Hope you can keep that lead.
Appreciate it, man.
Oh, I cut him off. Sorry, Ian. We're going back to the green. I didn't want to hold him any longer. Here we go. Ian Montrose leads us to the green flag. Different. I can finally say somebody different for the first time tonight. And here we go. Good start for Ian. Check up on the outside. Somebody is not getting a good restart right there. Looks like the 48 of Vanoski. And they're 3 wide and 1 and 2. A little bit of contact. Quinn Newton 4 wide almost here, around 20th. Bryant to the outside. 4 wide, definitely right there. JR Deal gets smoked to the outside wall. They just put him 4 wide. That was an experience, I bet. And I just heard an engine blow up. 37 goes around, the 57 goes around. We just wrecked in multiple places. See what happened. Okay, the 17 of Cody Brown right there, so that's where it might start. Gets a little loose entering the corner, car goes around. That's where the caution comes out. And we'll look ahead at the 57. Another one starts right here. Couple cars get loose off the corner. 37, 92, 87, 57. 09 gets a piece, unfortunately. Oh man. I mean, it just continues the theme of the weirdest wrecks I've seen. The weirdest caution fest I've seen. I mean, these are not huge wrecks. We have 1 car out. Kenny Frisbee is our first DNF of the night. We have 41 cars still running, and I think like 11 cautions. It is the most bizarre thing I've ever witnessed live. I don't know whether to be mad or impressed that we keep wrecking, but yet keeping all the cars in the race. I really don't know. Hope we're getting some enjoyment out of this. I mean, for the people that enjoy watching wrecks, you're having a hoot right now. Talk to Cliff already. Let's talk to Andrew here. He's the closest to my chat, so it's going to be the easiest. Hey, Andrew, it's Lucas in the booth. Got me. Hey, brother, well, you find yourself in the top 3 right now due to some pit strategy. How are we looking on fuel, and how are we looking for the rest of this race?
So whenever I pit last, my tires were at 99 all the way around. I took tires on, I believe it was around lap 30 or 40, and I am good for another 73 laps of fuel.
Oh man, I gotta say that bodes well for all of you up here, and I wish you the best of luck. Do you think we're gonna keep wrecking?
I hope we do. I did not whenever I was in 30th, but now that I'm up front and it's playing into my head, I want them to keep wrecking. I can live with pacing out this race.
Absolutely. Well, for your sake, I hope we keep wrecking, but for everybody else's sake, I hope we don't.
Yeah, I hope it goes green, man. It's not a fun broadcast to do if you just caution every lap. So hopefully we get you some good racing here.
I don't know. I'm kind of entertained at this point that we continue to wreck, but we're not wrecking any cars out.
That's fair. Hopefully it's entertaining for the people watching.
Absolutely. Good luck, man.
Thank you very much.
The green. Hey, Ian Montrose, and I forgot to mention it when I saw him stay out. Him and the rest of this top 13, they all pit a while back, and they're all good on fuel. Even if we go green, I think they're good. So, if we keep wrecking, these top 5 are pretty much locked into this top 5 unless they get a bad restart like that. Garrett Warren, not a good restart, checks up the outside. And that's probably going to cause some chaos here as they go 4 wide. Oh, and there they go. The 69 goes around, catches the 51, the 50. lot more wrecking going on. Oh man, I was muted that whole time. Unreal. Okay, well, you saw what happened there. I'm running out of things to talk about anyway. Okay, gonna be coming up on 40 to go. We just passed an hour into the race. Ian Montrose leads us back to the green. Andrew Beach finds himself on the front row this time.
Green flag.
Green flag back in the air. Beach with a mediocre restart. Check that the outside is definitely having troubles restarting. Oh man, he's sideways. Good save, Andrew. He's going to fall back to maybe fourth as DG Swiss looks to his inside. Good battle there for fourth going on. They are really stacked up all the way back. They're double file all the way through. Tua Cleaver looks like, oh no, the 55. There he goes, down to the inside. And he spins right back up into the field.
Caution, caution. Save us a little here. Nice and smooth. Cool your tires off. Get your fans on.
And off the nose of the 48 goes the 55. Tried to save it. The car just snapped back to the right. 87 gets a piece. And the 48, I mean, having some trouble tonight. Oh man, I mean, at the rate we've been going, there might actually be several parks, because there have been repeat offenders so far tonight. I think they might have lost their privileges of a fast repair going forward. And we'll see what else needs to be done to fix this problem, because it's funny for the first 50 laps, but you really think it should be cleaned up after that point, and they have not cleaned it up at all. Oh, we're definitely over 12. I think we're at 13 or 14 at this point. That's my guess, my gut feeling. I don't know. Oh, man. All right. 35 to go. 34 at the line. Cliff Mullins and Ian Montrose lead us back to green. Ian Montrose as the leader. Michael Edwards is back in fourth. Nice job, Mike. Green flag back in the air. Montrose, really good restart. Andrew Beach to the inside, trying to get around Cliff Mullins. Cliff files into second. Edwards now looking to the inside of Beach. PG Swiss looking to the inside of Cleaver right there. Oh, they almost got together. They're doing some good racing right now. And oh no, there goes the 04. Jeez Louise. 04 just gets loose. 16 nowhere to go, gets a tag on him. There might have been another wreck, I'm not sure. You can see what happened here. Yeah, the 66 off the nose of the 97. Okay, 30 to go. We're getting there. Yeah, that's how the next gen cards are, really. I'm sorry, man. It's gonna be a different race next week. Yeah, I feel for you guys. I'm surprised everybody stayed in here as long as they did. Haven't had any DQs yet, but we do have some people that are close. Okay, Ian Montrose will lead us back to the green. Ian looking for his first win in the CTC Cup Series. I think that's one of the only SRL series he hasn't gotten one in yet. Been a while since we've seen Ian in victory lane. It's going to be cool if he can get there tonight. He's got less than 30 laps to do it, and the way it's been going, it's looking pretty likely. Don't want to jinx him or anything. Just speaking matter-of-factly.
Green flag.
Back to the restart zone. Green flag in the air. Oh, the 26 and the 16, close. They've completed another green flag lap. So that's a good thing, I guess. 48's loose. The 4 goes, I'm sorry, the 7 goes around. And that's going to be another caution. That's another big one right there. Alright, let's take a look at that one. Okay, so that's going to start around the 48. Seems to be a recurring theme so far tonight. 48 gets sent by the 7. Definitely not on the 48 that time. The 7 gets in there, smokes the 48, and that collects the rest of the field. But 54. Okay, here we go. Gonna look at how the 54 and company got involved. Nowhere to go. 57 gets tagged. Okay. Like the 53 gets a lucky dog. Thomas Doe going back on the lead lap. That'll be 32 lead lap cars. Yeah, that's just how it is. We got a lot of new people from the merger. Got a lot of new people in general. We had quite a few join in the last 2 weeks. And, yeah, I mean, that's just the typical start of a new league, really. Especially when you add more people. It's just going to take some people are probably going to get moved out by the at-fault system. We've seen a lot of people cause cautions tonight. I think we're going to see some parks next week. It's just... it's going to be bad before it gets good. And it's just how it is. I don't really no other way to put it. It's a short track in week 2. Looking back on it, probably not the best decision, but it was cool to have it aligned with the real life schedule. Sounded better in my head. But here we are, coming up on 20 laps to go. Really not going to finish too late. Hour and 16 minutes total into this thing. And at about under a minute lap times under caution, we have about 15-20 minutes left in this race. So not going to run terribly long, but Montrose leads us back to the green. Green flag back in the air. Wolf Mullins, decent restart on the outside. Now Giglio is all the way down to the yellow line. That could have been bad. 32 in the middle, 3 wide in between 59 and the 48. The 82 of Cliff Mullins goes around, and the rest of the field goes with him.
Make sure you're getting yourself up to the green there, buddy.
Massive parking lot on the backstretch. Unbelievable. Alright, we'll just go from the restart on this one. Oh, nope, that didn't go that far back. Okay, here we go. 82 gets into the corner deep. The 4 is all over his bumper and ends up going 3 wide middle and turning the 82 of Mullins. And it's just on from there. Nobody's checking up for the wreck. Nobody's checking up. There we go. Now everybody starts slowing down. Just run out of patience. And everybody tries to flee the scene here. That was a pretty significant wreck. I think that's the biggest we've seen all night. We might be approaching 20 cautions, I don't know. It's above 15 for sure. It is comical. I am laughing so hard right now. These drivers are very stinky. Atlanta Super Speedway probably would have been cleaner than this. I mean, Daytona only had, what, 7 or 8 cautions? Really wasn't a bad race in the grand scheme of things. And we go into Richmond, which, like, this track is one of those tracks where you either go green the whole way and it's boring as all heck, or you come in here and you don't go more than 3 laps green. There's really no in between the Richmond from what I've seen as a driver and as a broadcaster. 2 seasons ago, season 6, when we had the Gen 4 car out here, it was a great race. Wish we could go back to those cars right about now. It would force some patience into these guys. Yeah, the last 6 or 7 races last season, like I said, I mean, it was probably less than an average of 1 caution per race. It was very good. Some of the best racing I've seen on the service, really, at the end of last season. And I'm sure it's pretty disheartening for a lot of the guys that raced last season to come in here and see this tonight, but just got to remember it's going to get better. I have definite faith in that. I think Michigan, like I said, next week, I think Michigan's going to be a fun one. I'll do my best with that setup to make it fun too. But here we go. Gonna try again. 15 laps to go.
Green flag, green flag, green flag.
There's another green flag lap. 88 at Quinn Newton, slow on the bottom. Might have had a problem right there. 3 wide for several rows. Just no patience. I get we're under 15 to go, but when we haven't gone green the whole night, there's really no point in going 3 wide because we're just going to wreck each other. There it goes, 59 on the outside wall, 50 gets turned. I don't think that was a caution somehow. I think the 54 of Brian Martin got involved in that one. And there goes the 10 on the backstretch.
Well, you're doing a good job. Don't give us an update on that car.
And just gets pinballed in that one. Slowed down in front of her, then Trent and Sneed nowhere to go behind her. Rough night for everybody here tonight. We'll see if we can go back and see what happened on the front stretch as well. I think that 54 was one of those involved. Yeah, so the 59 gets put in the wall by the 42, and 54 gets spun down to the inside. Does a great job saving it, but then we end up wrecking on the backstretch. I am gonna be this might be a 2-day project reviewing this race. I'm gonna have to enlist the help of the drivers' council for this one. Probably we'll see if who we can get in there to help out with that. Silver lining tonight, we haven't had any blinking cars, so that's a plus. Man, alright, we're coming down to it. We do have unlimited green, white checkers, but we're taking the 1 to green signal right here. Gonna take the green with 5 laps to go. If we wreck again, we'll go to a green, white checkered. Montrose gets us started. Giglio lines up on his outside this time. Oh man, they're pinching each other really hard. 8th. Cody Cleaver loose on the backstretch. He's gonna wreck right up into the field. Major wreck. Major wreck. And we'll go to a green, white checker number 1. Okay, so that started around the 2 of Cleaver. So sorry, Cody. He's having a good run, running up in 3rd, and the car just stepped out on the exit of 2 here. See right here, he's on the inside of Blake Giglio. Car pushes up. He's gonna get loose. Could not correct it down to the inside, and That collects the 48, 42, the 50, a hard lick into the 2, 37, 15, 53, 10, 66, 01, 57, and a bunch more. One more lick. One more look. We'll look from the turn 3 camera. And I've about just lost my mind, viewers, so I apologize for the demeanor change, but I've about lost it with these guys. Okay, green-white checkered attempt number 1, overtime from Richmond Raceway.
Green flag.
Green flag back in the air. Ian Montrose with a good start. If they complete this lap, the race is official. So everybody in the field, including me and all the viewers, are hoping we go green, and we don't. The 71 at Andrew Beach goes around, and they wreck on the backstretch, and we're going for another green-white checker. Another wreck in turn 3, another parking lot. Okay, let's see how that one started. We saw how it started, but let's see how it developed, I guess. It's the second time we saw third place have an issue out of turn 2. Alright, looking at the 71 at Andrew Beach. Sends it to the inside of Giglio. Car steps out of 2. 51, nowhere to go. Goes around. 26. 07, 23. Everybody in it. Unreal. I think this is the first time we've gone to a second green white checkered in probably a season or two. Corey, I don't know. That's a good question. That's what Montrose did. He pit 94 laps ago and has not pit since. I'm sure he's got plenty of fuel in that tank. Okay, Montrose gonna try to get us to end this race here again.
Flag.
And a bump into the corner. Giglio tries to steal it from Montrose across the line. Giglio steals it from Ian Montrose in a controversial finish. I don't think Ian's going to be receptive to that. Hey Nathan, it's Lucas in the booth. Got me.
Howdy, yes, I got you. I'm alive after that.
I respect you for coming in here after sitting there for an hour and a half pacing, but horrible race tonight, but you took home a third. I guess you can't ask for more than that, right?
I will take that any day of the week after that. Yes, sir. I will take it.
I mean, I don't really know what to ask. There wasn't much racing going on. I think you went from back to front a couple of times. So I guess what was that like?
Well, let's see. Well, it was such a chaotic race. I can't really tell the full story, but I can kind of give you a general idea. When Edwards came in, I don't know, that was one of the early cautions. He was one of the first leaders that came in on tires, and it was a gamble. You either stay out for track position, you come in for tires. And once I saw, what's his name? Oh, when I saw Bradley came in, I decided to come in with him. And I thought that was a bad call because I was just stuck in traffic. But, it was just kind of like a Talladega moment. We got lucky. Big crash, got up the fourth, and then we raced with Garrett there at the end, and we were able to get around him for P3. And I was hoping that Blake and Ian would get into it, and they'd crash, but that didn't happen. I didn't get that lucky. But, P3 after that, shoot, we'll take it. We looked into it, but after that, it was anyone's race. So, I don't care. P3, we'll take it.
Absolutely. I thought those two were going to wreck each other. You almost had it there, but nice job on the podium finish. You got anybody want to shout out for the run?
I don't know. I guess shout out for you for broadcasting it. Race Control. Of course, the Dallas Cowboys on my paint scheme. And I guess everyone who showed up tonight. We had a great fun time out there. Everyone did a great job.
What a phenomenal race. Thank you for showing up, Nathan. We'll see you next week for Michigan.
See you next week.
That was Nathan Harper in the 7, finishing third tonight. Now we get a word with Ian Montrose, man. That was a heartbreaker at the end. Blake doing Blake things. I guess I'll let you go.
Yeah. You can't be angry. I think I would have done the same thing if I was in his shoes. And I managed to straighten it up and get a P2, which is great. But, I'm sure you understand points on the table, a win on the table. It's always disappointing when it's within 0.013 of a second. So, but no, we'll take it. It was a solid race. I got the strategy right. And, with Blake refresher tires, I think it was inevitable. I had some help for a while with my teammates, but kind of picked him off one after the other, and managed to get to me with a lap to go. So partly my fault for being overly cautious, but I didn't want to be the reason why I didn't win. You know what I mean? I wanted to make sure I kept it safe, and likewise gave Blake an opportunity to get my bumper. So it's not the end of the world, but good race in general at the end, me and him. But bittersweet, I think.
Absolutely, Ian. Well, I respect the hell out of you for keeping it cool. I would have been living in that situation.
Yeah, it is what it is. I would have done it. To be honest, you and I didn't wreck, and it was a nice enough bump. That's just short track racing, so I think you got to chalk that up to an experience thing, figure out, what we can do better next time, and just move on from it. So we still got to be happy with the P2,
For sure. In a 42-car field, P2 is nothing to scoff at. But I guess, got anybody you want to shout out for the second place run tonight?
Well, I just want to thank yourself for putting on the league and for broadcasting tonight. Really appreciate it, Lucas. I know you're going to have a busy night tonight going through that whole replay, so I don't envy you on that one. But just want to thank 712 Brakes for sponsoring the league. Shout out to Quinn on that. Shout out to C2X and everybody on the team for their help tonight. It was really cool to race with them and try to go for a podium together. Thank you to the rest of my league. Yeah, it was fun to come out. Thanks to CTC and SRL for putting on the Cup Series. It's going to be a fun one. It's great to see this many cars out, like you said. So, we just, hopefully with less yellows, we'll have some really good racing. So, yeah.
Absolutely, man. Well, thanks for talking to us tonight. Congrats on the second. See you next week.
Take care, Lucas. Have a good one, mate.
You too. All right, now we'll get a word with our winner, Blake Giglio, and, a last lap bump and run, Kyle Busch style, I guess? I don't know. You guys beat and banged to the line. It was a great finish. You take home the win. How did it feel?
Yeah, felt good. Definitely a long race tonight, for sure. I told everyone in my chat, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna give him the bumper unless, I get blocked or something like that. And I build up a big run through 1 and 2, and, we blocked on the backstretch. Same thing I would have done. So I was like, all right, I'll just gonna give him a bump, push him up the track, and not wreck him. You know what I mean? That was my goal there, so we could at least finish 1-2. And then out of the corner, I think I came up, he came down. I think we just kind of met in the middle. Or, watch it back right now, I think more or less I thought he was gonna go to the wall. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I got
Looked like you both tried to slow each other's momentum, is what I saw. Nothing egregious or anything.
Some guys, I talked to Ian about it. He was fine with it, so shout out to him for understanding the circumstances and, understanding that we would both do the same thing. I think that was the biggest thing to take away from that. And, some people are pissed, but, I don't know. I did what I feel like what I did was not dirty. I felt like it was pretty fair. So getting half to the race and stuff, I appreciate it. Shout out to you guys. But yeah, we had a great race and locked yourself into the playoffs again.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, week 2, getting locked in the playoffs, especially in a race like this. If we have another one of these, it's nice to be locked in so you don't have to deal with it. But I don't know. What did you kind of see as the problem tonight with a lot of these guys?
Cars are just so equal, I think, right? I mean, look, if you look at the poll, I mean, everyone was right there. Like, if you had to do a lot of give and take, I feel like, to make it stay green. And it's something that it's tough in iRacing to do. They're not real race cars. They don't cost you real money. So I think that's kind of what it comes down to. And, it's Richmond. It's tight, right? I mean, the braking points are different. someone got into me. I got into somebody earlier with the same thing. So I get it. Sucks because it's a really good racetrack when it puts on green flag racing, but hopefully we can figure it out for next short track and get the green streaks back going.
Absolutely. Well, got anybody want to shout out for the win tonight?
Yeah, shout out for broadcasting. CTC Racing, all my teammates here. Low drag, obviously, I'm not performance. Everyone that's on the car. Shout out to Ian there for being a good sport about it. So looking forward to the rest of the week and next week.
Alrighty, well, thanks for talking to us, Blake. See you next week in Michigan.
Thanks.
And that was first place winner tonight, Blake Iglio. That was a race. The cars went in circles 144 laps total. Scheduled 135, so we went 9 laps over the scheduled distance. But I guess that's going to do it for me tonight. This was CTC Racing Network and ProSim Network. Thank you all for joining me. I was Lucas Hoitzma. We'll see you next week for Michigan and this Friday for the Labor 12 IndyCar Series here in SRL. Don't miss that. That'll be a good race. I think that's at Auto Club. So don't miss that. It's going to be a fun time. But that's going to do it for me tonight. See you then.